She was 9 years old the last time anyone saw her. Her name was Emily Carter, and she vanished on a rainy Tuesday afternoon in October 2002. You're watching Crime Chronicles, where we bring untold stories into the light. Stories that chill, disturb, and stay with you long after the screen goes dark. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been with us before, you know, things are never what they seem. The small town of Pine Hollow had never seen anything like it. One moment she was walking home from school. The next, she was gone. No witnesses, no screams, no sign of struggle. Just a pink backpack left by the roadside, zipped shut, perfectly placed, as if someone wanted it to be found. Her parents, David and Marie Carter, called the police within the hour. By nightfall, the whole town was out searching. Volunteers combed the forest, the fields, even the dried-up creek beds. Marie never stopped crying. David, though, he just stared at the woods, like he knew something, but couldn't say it. Flyers went up, news vans rolled in, but the story faded as they always do. A month passed, then two. No suspects, no body, no closure, just silence, and a family torn apart. Marie moved out the following spring. She said the house felt haunted. By what? Not spirits, but memories. David stayed. He quit his job at the mill, put up blackout curtains, let the paint peel and the yard rot. He rarely spoke, didn't answer the door, never celebrated birthdays or holidays again. Neighbors said they'd see him wandering the backyard at night, barefoot, sometimes talking to himself. Rumors spread. Some believed he was going mad with grief. Others whispered. Maybe he knew more than he let on. But no one dared confront him. Pine Hollow was the kind of town where people kept to themselves, especially when it came to tragedy. And then there was Emily's room. David didn't just close it, he sealed it. He nailed the door shut from the inside, covered it with a heavy armoire, and boarded every window. He told people it was too painful to see her things, that it had to stay the way she left it. But the mailman once said he heard hammering late at night, even years after the room was supposedly closed. A teenager delivering groceries said she caught a glimpse through a crack in the door. She swore she saw red string stretched across the ceiling and something that looked like drawings taped to the wall, but no one ever followed up. And eventually, everyone just forgot, except David. He stopped being a father, stopped being a man. He became a ghost in his own home. Then, in December 2022, David Carter died in his sleep. No funeral, no visitors, just a death notice posted by the bank. Weeks later, a probate officer came to assess the property. She brought a locksmith to open the sealed room. No one expected anything strange. Maybe a dusty bed, a few old toys. But when the door creaked open, they didn't find a child's bedroom. They found a room transformed. A corkboard covered in photographs, strings connecting dates and names, a tape recorder still running, its battery long dead, and something else, a journal filled with entries, all written in David's hand. The last page, dated just one day before he died, read only 5 words. I finally told the truth. The journal was thick, leather-bound, the pages yellow, some torn at the edges. It smelled of dust and something else, something metallic, like old blood. The first few entries were innocent enough. Grief, confusion, prayers to a God David had long stopped believing in. But then, slowly, they changed. The handwriting became frantic, the lines tighter, the ink smeared with what might have been tears or sweat. I saw her again last night. She was at the foot of my bed. She whispered something, but I couldn't understand. The probate officer handed the journal to the police. Within hours, the house was sealed as a crime scene. In one corner of the room, investigators found the tape recorder. They powered it with fresh batteries, pressed play, static. Then, a child's voice, faint, tired. "Daddy, can I come out now?" The room went cold. They played it again. Same voice, same sentence. "Daddy, can I come out now?" The walls were covered in maps. Push pins marked towns across 3 different states. Beside each pin was a photo, Polaroids. Some were of children smiling at parks. Others, grainier, taken from a distance, at night. Then there were the symbols, drawn in red marker, circles, arrows, and words like sanctuary, cleanse, repent. And in the center of it all, a photograph of Emily. A more recent one. Not from 2002. No, this one showed her older, maybe 15, hair longer, eyes tired. But it was her. Every feature. Forensic techs scanned the photo. It had been printed on paper manufactured only 6 years ago. David had always told the world she vanished in 2002, but the photo suggested something else, that she had been alive for years after. Then came the crawl space. Behind the closet, hidden beneath a layer of plasterboard, was a narrow opening, barely large enough for a man to fit. Inside was a mattress, a small lamp, empty food wrappers, and a chain bolted to the wall, and something scratched into the wood above the mattress. It read, in shaky block letters, "Emily was here," and below it, "Tell them." The investigation that followed shook Pine Hollow to its core. For 2 decades, people had pitied David Carter. They sent him casseroles, invited him to church, treated him like a grieving father. But now, he was something else entirely. Forensic teams found strands of hair beneath the mattress, matched to Emily, duct tape, fibers from a school uniform, even baby teeth, stored in a glass jar. Every corner of that crawl space told a story, not of a man who lost his daughter, but of a man who kept her. Neighbors were questioned again. Some remembered hearing sounds, scraping, soft thuds, a voice humming, barely audible, through the walls. But no one had ever called it in, because who wants to believe that kind of evil lives next door? The journal revealed something else. David believed he was saving her, that the world outside was dangerous, that the only way to protect her was to keep her locked away. He wrote of feeding her through a slot in the wall, of punishing her when she cried, of training her to be pure again. And then, abruptly, the entry stopped. The last dated record of Emily's presence in that crawl space was from 2012, 10 years before David died, 10 years unaccounted for. The photo, the one of Emily as a teenager. It became the center of the investigation. Police ran it through missing persons databases, facial recognition. Digital analysis confirmed it hadn't been altered, but there was no sign of Emily, no death certificate, no body. Some believe she escaped. That one night, she broke free and vanished into the world, never to return. Others think David couldn't let her go, The truth may never be known, but one thing was certain. Behind the locked door of that quiet house, a secret lived and died in silence. And every time the tape plays, that small, tired voice echoes through the static. Daddy, can I come out now? If this story left you breathless, hit the like button. And if you're drawn to mysteries the world tried to forget, consider subscribing. We have so much more to uncover. Thanks for staying with us till the end. Sleep with your door locked tonight. We'll see you in the next file. This story is based on real events. Some names, locations, and details have been changed to protect the identity of those involved and to serve the purpose of storytelling.